What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from Post Rock Promo. I'm here with First Signs of the Aftermath from Nottingham, England. How's it going, guys?
Doing well, doing good.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Fantastic. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dave.
Really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So when and how did you guys form?
We formed a long time, probably like approximately 1 million years ago. So I think we were probably 16 or something at the time. So we used to be in another band called Flaming Steeds of the Apocalypse when we were teenagers. And then we just sort of transferred the letters over to a new, it's an in-joke, but only we know about it. So it's not really that funny, I suppose. But yeah, it was a long time ago that we sort of formed. So we've been friends and been doing this like a long time. So
yeah, I think it's probably works out to be probably about, it must be about 20 years thinking about it, because we all hooked up when we were like school time, weren't we? So yeah, between like 19-20 years we've been playing together as a band now. So yeah, it's really nice to just like get together with your mates every week and like jam out stuff, make new music. And like I say, we were Flaming Steeds of the Apocalypse, which was FSOTA, and now we are First Signs of the Aftermath, so which is obviously FSOTA as well. So kind of carried that name on.
That's awesome. So you guys just released Plainclothes, Burt Reynolds earlier this month. How's the response been?
Yeah, I mean, the people that have heard it have liked it, but we would have hoped that more people could have really sort of listened to it. But yeah, I think people have enjoyed it. Our friends have really said we've stepped it up compared to the last EP. It's sounding really good, expertly mastered, I must say as well. So yeah, so I think people have enjoyed it so far.
Who'd you guys record it with, and how was the process?
So we recorded it
in this very room.
Yeah, actually in this very room. So like kind of where we are now is there's an old like a fruit and vegetable market stall in Nottingham, and it was a converted building that used to be like a fruit merchant's called JT Saw. If we can kind of flick it around.
Can you?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
See the sign there? They got the original sign on the wall.
So it got converted into like a music studio. So the guy who owns the studio here, his like his desk, like his studio desk, was actually an old Iron Maiden studio desk from like the 80s that they used. So and he's a really nice guy. He's done a lot of the local bands around here. He's done and recorded like Sleaford Moths, if you've heard of them in the UK. So yeah, he's a really good friend of ours, and we rehearsed here and we also recorded here. So it was a good opportunity for us.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. I love Phil. He's really good at his job as well. So
very cool. So you guys are from Nottingham, England. How's the music scene there? Do you guys have a favorite local band, a favorite venue?
Oh yeah, the music scene is absolutely fantastic. There's I mean, this venue particularly is good because it's sort of DIY, bring your own booze. There's no shady voters or anything. Our friend Marty, he's such a good guy. He puts on all the bands. He knows everyone from here to Slovenia. He knows everybody. And his band Atota So, which is a Trailer Park Boys reference, they're so good. You should really listen to them as well. Yeah, so the music scene here is good. We get a lot of bands passing through, and yeah, it's sort of a lot of people come to the shows and stuff. For such a small venue, it's the room's full usually, so it gets quite raucous. Bring your own booze, which everyone loves as well. So everyone drinks Buckfast. Have you heard of that before?
No, what's that?
Okay, Buckfast is like a tonic wine brewed by monks, and people go crazy for it here. I don't understand it myself, but the shop around the corner from us in this venue sells out every Friday night, and the guy's like, I can't understand it. Why is everyone buying Buckfast on a Friday? It's like, yeah, well, it's because everyone buys it for the gigs. So yeah, everyone comes here for that.
That's interesting. I'll have to try it the next time I get over there.
Yeah, you should
look it up.
You should. It's one to take lightly for sure.
What's that?
It's strong stuff, so it's one to take your time with for sure.
Sounds good. Last time I was over there, I drank like a boatload of Strongbow and Copperberg and stuff, all the good ciders.
Nice.
John Smith, drank a lot of John Smith.
Yeah, nice.
So who are your biggest influences?
Who do you like, Neil?
I don't know. It kind of spans, doesn't it? I mean, we're kind of pigeonholed into like math rock and stuff, aren't we? But our influences, we're pretty eclectic, aren't we? What we like. So
I mean, personally, I'm a massive Sabbath fan.
yeah.
So
when we started, we were doing Sabbath covers and stuff like that, weren't we? And we were pretty bluesy and
sort of a stoner rock band originally when we were like teenagers, and now we're sort of more mathy, that sort of stuff. But yeah, Sabbath is a massive influence for me. Refused, Mastodon as well. Those two. I mean, that's mainly me. What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite bands are actually a band called Motorpsycho. So they're very well known, but they love their kind of long jams. They've got really nice tone, and I guess like tonally, that's what I aim to achieve. So the mixture of kind of like the back end of like a lot of metal, but we also love like, you know, I guess like Radiohead and like, you know, Modest Mouse is just really, it's a really eclectic mix really, and I guess just over the years we've just mishmashed it into what we enjoy playing. So it's
from Monument to Masses, got to mention them.
Oh yeah, they're really.
We've been listening to them for 20 years, and I think they've definitely had a profound effect on how we sort of write music and the cheeky little bit we stick in there as well. So yeah, they're a big influence. Where are they from? I know they're from America, but I don't know exactly where they're from.
From New York, but I think they disbanded in like 2010.
Yeah,
I think it was a while ago now, but they. Yeah, really good bands.
That was a shame. Well, you met them when we went to Cardiff, didn't you? Them and
yeah,
you fanboyed them up and told them how good they were.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you say, it's like you just. I mean, if we can make a real go of this and like make a proper thing where we can go out touring and actually make a living from this, then we'd love to do that. But it's like we just want to progress the Nottingham music scene, try and be the best at what we do in Nottingham and beyond the UK, and see where it goes really. But it's early days. We've got that fire in our belly again to try and move it forward, I guess.
That's awesome. So if you could tour with one of those bands, which one?
Oh God, I don't know, because you don't want them to be too good.
Well, like 1970s or 60s Sabbath, but we can't really say that. So
stick us in a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always watching the 1970 Paris set that they do on YouTube. I watch that all the time. I'm such a nerd. So yeah, Sabbath probably for me, I would say, is the one band I would have loved to have done that with.
It's a very interesting question, actually. Yeah, I think I'd like to be more aligned to like a metal band or like a kind of heavy kind of rock metal band, so that people kind of think, oh well, that I wasn't expecting that, and then it could perhaps span from there. So there's like a band in the UK that I really enjoy at the moment called Conjurer, and they're like kind of just really really heavy, but I just feel like if we were to slot into that scene of like heavy, because some of what we've been doing recently is more metal, I would say, like metal or math metal as opposed to just math rock.
Yeah,
so,
I would say
yeah,
so.
that's for me who I'd like to support. What about you?
Mastodon would be pretty fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
You like a band like Hello or something like that. You know?
Yeah, Hello, fantastic. You remind me a lot of Zach Hill in the way you played drums. Definitely, I'm sure he's been a big
time
influence.
though.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Loads of bands.
So now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you. This is for the other bands I interviewed. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right, first one. Best vacation you've been on?
Best vacation. I've been my honeymoon. I went to LA and Vegas, and that was fun.
I think for me, Florida as well, because I ate so many pancakes for like 2 weeks. I ate so much like buffet breakfast. So yeah, I didn't want to go home when we went to Florida. I was like, yeah, I could live here definitely. So it probably wouldn't be very good for me, but yeah, I did love
Whatever.
Florida.
As long as it tastes good, that's what matters.
Yeah. yeah, definitely. I think for me, I went over to Thailand January last year, and it kind of just opened my eyes. So yeah, I love that part of the world. So I did Thailand for just over 2 weeks, and it was unlike anything I've ever done before, really. So.
I've heard great things about Thailand. They have a good alternative music scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Like some of the stuff that I know that goes on over there. Like we've actually got a friend over in Vietnam, and I know that there is quite an eclectic music scene. So it'd be good to be a part of that, really. But I guess like a lot of mine have been more kind of out, like you say, stateside, really. So I think I'd love to do a tour of the States eventually, but who knows if we ever get that big? It'd be nice. But it'd be nice.
Make it happen.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Can I just say Scott's the tallest out of all of us, just as you need getting to know us. But Neil looks really tall because he's on a different chair to everybody else. Yeah, he's on a drum stool, so that's why he looks like he's about 7'5". But really, Scott's the tallest. I was a bit self-conscious because I look on the thing and I'm like, whoa, I'm like really short. But yeah, I am short, but I'm not far off Neil. But he's on a drum stool. I think that's a bit unfair.
Welcome to my world.
I should have commandeered that, definitely.
Favorite video game?
I'm gonna go with like Super Punch Out on the SNES. Probably like one of either that or like Battletoads, because it just like wasn't in it just couldn't complete it. But if we're talking like more modern day stuff, I'll come back to that one. But what about you? You're a big game, aren't you?
Yeah, a GTA series, all of them. I've loved GTA. Yeah, I love running pedestrians over all of that. That's fantastic. So yeah, I think San Andreas, when that came out, was just like a work of art. It blew my mind because well, I don't need to go on and on about that, but I love GTA. So what are you saying? Do you play games much? Pro Evo? Like Pro Evo?
Yeah, I mean like football games, Pro Evo and FIFA, and then GTA. I'm also a fan of running people over.
Very cool. If you guys could go back in time and talk to one world leader or person of influence, who would it be?
That's a hefty question.
I'd probably Margaret Thatcher and tell her that she's an idiot. So, former Prime Minister of our country, and not very good.
I think that's a good one. Does it have to be like a politician? Or are we just talking?
It could be a dead musician.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be a good one. So I personally would love to go and have a beer with Lemmy, because I watched his like documentary and I just thought this guy had so much like fame and like fortune, and he was just the most normal guy, and like he just lived such a rock and roll lifestyle. I just feel like he'd have been cool to like hang out with for a day, just to kind of get his life experiences, because I watched kind of his documentary a couple of years ago and I just thought, yeah, he's probably up there with one that I'd like to go and spend some time with. So yeah, I was never a massive Motorhead fan either. Like he's just Lemmy, isn't he? Just God. Like so, so yeah, it was. So that'd be who I'd choose.
I'd probably say Dimebag Darrell, just because he seemed like such a fun guy, such a down to earth dude as well, and also he was just amazing on guitar. I don't really like guitar solos, but I absolutely love that guy. So good.
Yeah, Pantera, classic.
Very cool. So if you guys had $1 million and you could donate it to any charity, which one?
Or was it froze? Sweet.
Oh, sorry, Dave. Our internet's playing up a little bit. You have to repeat that.
Did you miss the question?
Yeah, we missed the question.
okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. If you could go back, if you had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
Ooh.
Yeah, for me, it would be like a mental health charity. So I think try and break the stigma really amongst male and like, you know, suicide prevention, that kind of thing. And just anyone actually that's going through mental illness. I think like having the support, particularly given like the last 18 months that we've all been through, you know, like that's where I donate my money to for sure.
Starving children, because no one likes hungry, do they? So yeah, and they can't help the position they're in, I think. So that one for me. Oh, I don't know what the charity would be though. There's loads of them, isn't there? Like UNICEF and Oxfam, whatever. But yeah, something to do with starving children, I think.
I'd go along with Scott as well. For mental, it's been in the spotlight for a few years now, and it needs to stay up there. But yeah, like Mind is like a kind of big charity here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
what
All right, last question. What are some places in Nottingham that visitors check out?
So there's the oldest inn in England, or the oldest pub, however you want to say it. The oldest pub. It's called the Oldie, or the Old Trip to Jerusalem, and it was built a long time ago next to Nottingham Castle. So
Probably
yeah,
when we first started our first band. That was probably about
yeah.
when it came out, about a million years ago.
and it sits at like the bottom of Nottingham Castle, which should be famously well, it should be famous for Robin Hood, obviously, in the Sheriff of Nottingham and all of that fun. But they're it's just where it's located. It's just that the feel and the vibe, and it's just a place to go and see part of Nottingham, but also grab a pint as well. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend.
One of the best movies of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Big
yeah.
Robin Hood fan.
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen the Robin Hood Men in Tights as well?
Yes, I like them all. I like the one with
Yeah,
Kevin
those-
Costner. I like the cartoon one, the Disney one from back in the day. That one's amazing. I used to watch that one all the time.
Yeah.
And then there is another one with Carrie Elwes in it.
Oh yeah.
And,
Okay.
that one's really good too.
The Russell Crowe one that came out about 10 years ago, that was good as well.
I
like
didn't see that one. I'll have to check that one out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Russell Crowe is very good in everything, isn't he? He's very good. Yeah.
Just trying to think, what are the hot Nottingham tips?
I mean, Notts County Football Club.
Oh yeah.
If you're into your sport, you've got to go there.
big soccer fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
I am a big soccer fan. So that would be right up my alley.
Oldest professional football club in Wales. There you
Oh,
go.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and you watched Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank score a goal there, didn't you, FA Cup? I'm sure you told me that one time.
I think that was at Chelsea.
Oh.
It was against.
But it was against Notts. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, he was a footballer from the 90s. Very good anyway. So sorry.
So maybe when I get over there, we can go to a game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're more than welcome anytime. We definitely have you.
Appreciate it. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on and chatting it up a little bit. I really appreciate you guys supporting me in post rock promo.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thanks so
pleasure.
much for having us, Dave. Thank you.
So for the people that are going to watch this later, where can they find you guys at?
So we've got a Bandcamp page. Remember what the
I think it's fsota.bandcamp.com, isn't it?
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on like Spotify and Apple Music and Deezer and all those sort of things. So we're pretty easy to find if you Google us.
Yeah.
Search for the name.
FSOTA, definitely. Or First Signs of the
Signs
Aftermath.
of the Aftermath.
But
Yeah.
FSOTA is a bit simpler, isn't it? That's quite handy,
It's only simple if you remember the name.
that.
Very cool. Well, I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll chat soon.
Yeah. Thanks.
Absolutely. Cheers, Dave. Thanks
Thanks,
so much,
Dave.
dude. You're a
See you
great
later.
guy. Thank you.
Thanks.